explaining loop in Python. So loop loop is just like a way to iterate through an item, and we have two types of loop. We have for loops and we have while loop. So how can we write for loops and how can we write a while loop? So because for loop has different syntax, while loop also has a different syntax also. So the way we write, just like I explained in list in previous video. So this item in a square bracket is called list. So we can easily iterate through this particular list using for loop. For I in fruit, print I. So we can see now that is able to print all these items one after the other. So we are able to iterate through this list using a loop, and this the syntax for writing a for loop. For I in fruit, print I. So this I take the value of apple, banana and cherry. So it iterate through and take this value. That's why when we are printing this item, we are not printing fruit again, we are printing I, just because this I has taken the value of each element in this list. So we use loop to iterate through an element, and just like we can also iterate through a string. This is called a string value. So s equals to international. So for I in s, print I. So this I take the values of each element in this string, which is I, N, T, E, R, N. So this I already taking the every element here. That's why we are able to produce it one after the other. Also, you can use just like as a programmer, maybe somebody asks you to write a code to get a value of 1 to 1,000,000. So will you be writing it one after? And also one of the beauty of loop is we use it to automate. So now getting getting a value between 1 to 20, we are able to use a for loop. Just if I run it now, you can see 1 to 20. So most of the time we use loop for automation. We use it to iterate through different items. So another example here, we can also, this just like also still trying to iterate through a numbers, and just like from a numbers of 1 to 300. So loop make it easier for us to check through a large numbers or a large varieties of item in a short time. So instead of checking them one after the other, loop is going to help you to iterate through them in a short time. So now we are able to print 1 to 300 here just with these short lines of code, and this is just the output. So we can see it here by using for I in range 1,301, then print. Then also note this indentation. Anytime, and Python is a block statement. So anytime you use a column like this, you have to, this print I does not start from where first started again. So there is a space here. We call it indentation in Python. So always note and take note of proper indentation while you are writing a code. So there must be a space. This print I must not start where first start, just because of this column, and is a Python is a block statement. So we also use cost equals to Python for a in. So just like this a take the value of every single element in this string, and also you can also use any any alphabet you like here. It's just that you cannot use a number. So you can use a, you can use b, you can use I. So you can choose to use anything you like, but note the syntax for writing for loop. Also, we can use a break statement with for loop, just like school equals to university, print school. Then for I in school, print a. If a equals to b, break. So here we are specifying, just like probably you want to search through an item and you want to specify that okay, when it gets to this particular place it's going to stop, it should stop. So we are telling it that when you search through this item, when you get to this particular place, try to stop, don't look further. So that's just the function of break. So you can see now that we specify that when it gets to fee, like checking through this university, but immediately e get to V, e should stop, e should not proceed. So we can see now that e just give us univ instead of university. So I can change this to be, okay, let me just change it to be universe. Let me stop at S. So if I stop at S, you will see that it gave us universe instead of university. So you can use break statement with for loop to specify where exactly you want your loop to stop. And also fruit equals to apple, this is just like a list. You can loop through just like the way we've been doing. You can loop through this element using a loop, and you can see here we use x instead of I or a. So we can use anything. This x would have taken the value of all these items, and you can see it here outside: apple, banana, cherry and orange. So fruit equals to apple, banana, cherry, orange and this. So we can also use a break statement here. Probably when it gets to cherry, we don't want it to move further, so it's going to break. And you can see if e print out apple, banana and cherry, and immediately e get to this cherry, e break, e did not move. That is, e stop, e did not print out the orange and banana. And we can see here that e print out orange, which is the last value here. But here even we have banana, but just because we specified that if x equals to, just like we're adding conditional statement in loop. So for x in fruit, that is for this fruit, print x, then if x equals to cherry, break, that is, it should not move forward. So it should only print all the item before cherry, just like apple, banana, and when it get to cherry it should stop. And you can see it as it take effect here. So you only print out apple, banana and cherry. So here also we can also specify a condition that okay, when you get to banana, don't move. Okay, this is just like a continue statement. After using break, you can also use a continue statement. What is the difference between continue and break? Break just means when it gets to a certain element, it should stop. So here if I try using this, you will see here that continue just means even when you get to this particular item or you search to this item, you can still continue, you should not stop, just continue, just like normal English, continue. So here e does not stop, although he's able to find cherry, but still yet he still continue to the end of that list. Continue, just like the difference between break. Now break, when it get there, it's going to stop, while continue is still going to continue, it will not stop. And also we have pass. When, so let me change this also. Let me just put cherry. I think I love cherry, that's why I keep using cherry. So now what pass does here also is just like continue. This also, once e get to that particular cherry, e still pass, like that is, it allow the code to run, like to print out everything. So break is just the only one that when it get there it stop, but continue and pass will still print out those elements. Let's take note of that. So and also just like now, combining loop and a conditional statement. Now I have a car key and I lost my car key using this particular scenario, and I know some certain location where I do drop my car key, which I do drop it on myself, on my table, cupboard, bed, wardrobe. So these are just like location where I do drop my key. But now I'm looking for my car key. How can I find it? Then I write a program to dictate where I can find my key. That is, car key equals to input, enter the locations of your car key. So for I in location, if I equals to car key, print the key was found in I, then break. So let's run this code and see what is going on. So now it's asking me of enter the location of your car key, that is where I thought, or where I could imagine where my car key can be. So let me just give it bed. Probably I sleep too much, so my car key can be on my bed. So if I he said the car key was found in bed. So that shows that my car key is on my bed. So writing a condition, and why is that? I've specified a condition here that if I equals to car key, that is, what are I? What is in I? We have self, we have table, we have cupboard, we have, these are just value of I. Then I specify that if I equals to car key, it should print the car key was found in I. And I use break, that is, don't move forward, don't keep searching. Then if I try to use self, tell me that my car key was found in self. But if I use a location that is not specified in this my location, let me use toilet. Can you see the car key was not found in the wardrobe? Try checking else where. That is sorry. That is, it has check for self, check for table, check for cupboard, check for bed, and check for wardrobe. Wardrobe is the last item here. That's why he's able to tell us that the key was not found in the wardrobe, because wardrobe is the last of all the location that he has searched. The code has searched for the key in the safe, in the table, in the cupboard, in the bar, in the bed. So and then wardrobe was the last option for him, and once he did not find it there, so he's able to output it that the key was not found in the wardrobe. Try checking elsewhere. So and also we can, that's just like functions of conditional statement. You see now that we are combining the knowledge of loop and conditional statement and also break. So that's what we use to build this program, and this also applicable to using number. So I wrote a loop to get number from 1 to 101. So and specifying a condition that if the number reach 40, it should stop, that is break. So I can see here that after 40, he was unable to proceed to, because the last number should be 100. And also we can use this conditional statement to check, maybe just to output only the even number. And don't forget that modulus, percentage means modulus, that is if I modulus 2 equals 0, that is if I divided by 2 and the remainder is 0, you should print I. That's what we use to check for our even number. So that is I, this I has taken the value of all the value between 1 to 31, and is going to divide them by 2, and the one that has the remainder of 0, that's what is going to output, in which you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and the likes. So also while loop. While loop is the one I've been talking about since, is the for loop. So now talking about the while loop. So how can you write a while loop? So the syntax for while loop is a bit different from for loop. So anytime you want to write a while loop, you start by initializing it, that is I equals to 0 or I. The initialization means where you want the code to start, the output you are looking for, where the output should start. Then this is your condition, while I less or equals to 20. This is called condition. Then this is called increment or decrement. This one is I plus or equals to 8. So this the increment of this particular loop. So if I use 1 here and I run it, we see that is able to output 0, 1, 2. So this is just like increment 1, 0. 1 plus 0 will give 2, 2 plus 1 give 3, 3 plus 2, 3 plus just like okay, 0 plus 1 give 1, 2 plus 1 give 3, 3 plus 1 give 4, 4 plus 1 give 5, 5 plus 1. So that's just keep increasing it with 1 or keep adding 1. So if I use 2 now, so you can see now that I keep adding 2 to it. If I use 3, you keep adding 3 to it. So this is just like the increment. So you initialize it, you write your condition, then you increase it or you decrease it. So I can also use minus here. That's just like in decrement. Can you see minus, 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 minus? So I will change this to plus. So let me interrupt my kernel. So you can see the result. Then printing the rate again. This is just like for loop, and this another examples of while loop. So we use while loop to build a guessing game, just like the way we use it in conditional statement, that you know the time we work with conditional statement alone, it's just asking of a number, then if we are able to guess it right, it's going to tell us that we guess it right. And if we give a number that is lesser than, it's going to tell us that okay, our number is lesser than. And if we give a number that is greater than, it's going to tell us that it's higher than. But now, using a loop, it will keep asking us, then you can only input it and it will give us result. But here it's going to keep asking till we are able to guess it right. So if I run it now, if I run it, okay, let me give it 12. You see, he said enter any number. I enter 12 and he told me that it's too low, but he keep asking me. So if I use 30, he said the number is too high, but he keep asking me. So if I use 45, he said the number is too high. If I said 20, he said you guessed it right. So we can see it now that the beauty of loop is that it will keep asking you till you get it. And the loop we use here is just while loop, then we use conditional statement, just like while secret number is not equals to guess, if guess is lesser than, so you should tell us that it's too low. And if the guess is greater than, so you should tell us it's too high. So that's just what happened. And once you are able to get it, it should break out from the loop. And this is just like getting a number from 1 to 10. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.